Welcome to BSc Statistics students. In this lesson we discuss graphical solution of the linear programming problem, minimization case. So problem is as usual, the method is as usual, only the difference is maximization, minimization. We did some of the problems of the maximization. Now we concentrate on minimization. There is one problem on minimization. Minimize z is equal to 20x1 plus 10x2. These are the constraints. Three constraints: one less than or equal to, two greater than or equal to, and x1 x2 greater than or equal to 0. Then in such a case, what is the procedure? The same procedure. So we have to first of all convert the given inequations into equations. So the very first step. This is what equation 1 less than or equal to. This is what equation 2 less than or equal to. This is what equation 2 greater than or equal to. This is equation 3 less than greater than or equal to. So I'm converting equations. So converting the given inequations of the constraints into equations in this fashion. Clear? Just what I have converted all in terms of equations. Which are the inequations of the constraints? 1, 2, 3 I named it. Now I have to get two particular points for each equation. So for which the same procedure, if x1 is equal to 0, you will get one particular point, x2 is equal to 0, another particular point, and so that I have to obtain two particular points. If x1 is equal to 0, then 2x2 is equal to 40, x2 is equal to 40 by 2, it is 20. So therefore it is 0, 20, the point. And if x2 is equal to 0, then x1 is equal to 40 directly. So hence it is 40, 0. Hope you understand. Are you able to follow? Right? And similarly, if x1 is 0, x2 is 30. So it is 0, 30. If x2 is equal to 0, 3x1 is equal to 30. x1 is equal to 30 by 3, 10. So 10, 0. Now come to take the third equation. If x1 is 0, 3x2 is equal to 60, x2 is equal to 60 by 3. It is 20. So therefore it is 0, 20. If x2 is equal to 0, then 4x1 is equal to 60. x1 is equal to 60 by 4, 15. So hence it is 15, 0. Do you understand? These are equation number 1, 2, 3. So now we have obtained for all the equations, we have obtained two particular points. Now we have to take the graph paper and consider suitable scale on the graph paper for x-axis and y-axis. So I am formulating. Now I am considering the graph. So on x-axis, this is the x-axis, this is what y-axis we have considered, and x1 values I am considering on x-axis and x2 values on y-axis. And you see the values, how to consider the scale. The 30 is the maximum value here, 40 is the maximum value for x-axis. You see these are the values of x-axis, these are all the values of the y-axis, that is x2 values. On x-axis 40 maximum, on y-axis 30 maximum. So whatever you consider, you can consider 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, etc. So I am considering same scale, that is on x-axis and y-axis. On both the axes, the scale I am considering as 1 centimeter is equal to 5 units. This is what the scale I am considering. 1 centimeter is equal to 5 units. So therefore I start here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. X-axis, the maximum value is 40, 35, 40. On y-axis, the maximum value is 30. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, the maximum value. So therefore, this is what roughly I am drawing. Take the graph paper, construct properly, do properly, exactly, right? Calculate more accurately. That's what. Now I consider for a particular equation, equation 1, I consider equation 1, 2 points, I draw the 2 points and then I draw the straight line and I write the number of the equation and I write the inequation of the constraint. So this is what the procedure. First equation 0, 20, so which is here, and another equation that is for the same equation, equation 1, 40, another point 40, 0. This is this point. This is what you have to join these two particular points. We will get a straight line. This is what equation 1. It is less than or equal to, right? It is less than or equal to. This is equation 1. It is a straight line. Please remember that it's not a curve or something. It is a straight line, right? So and then come to the take the point 2 points of the second equation 0, 30. That is this, and 10, 0. That is this. So join the points here. Join the points, you will get a straight line. Roughly I am drawing here. So equation 2, it is greater than or equal to. It is equation 2, it is greater than or equal to. And then I have to consider third equation. Take the third equation, take equation number 3, 0, 20. So it's again 0, 20. So same point. And 15, 0. This is what the point here. So then you should join the points. This is what equation 3, it is greater than or equal to. It is equation 3, it is greater than or equal to. Hope right. So this is what the 3 equations we have drawn on the graph. So therefore, now what we have to do? We have to obtain feasible region. The next important point is you have to get the common region. That is called feasible region. So we have to obtain a feasible region. So now you see these two are greater than or equal to. For greater than or equal to constraint, you have to shade above the line. You see here, for which means these are equation 1 is less than or equal to, which means for equation 1, this is what the region. Less than or equal to in the first quadrant. Remember, all the even though greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, you have to shade the region in the first quadrant, and for less than or equal to, below the line, shade the region below the line. You see here, this is less than 1, equation 1 less than or equal to, and these two are equation 2. Equation come to the equation 2, it is greater than or equal to, which means this is the region. This is the region. For equation 2, remember this is equation 2. Now for equation, this is equation 2. Greater than or equal to is this side, less than or equal to this side, above the line. Equation 3, this is equation 3. Greater than or equal to, above the line in the first quadrant. Now the common region, it is easy to identify. So I am identifying the common region, I am shading the common region. So greater than or equal to, this is less than or equal to, so this is the region. Hope you understand. This is what the region we have obtained as the common region, the feasible region. This is the common region for all the constraints. 3 constraints here over here. For 3 constraints, this is what the common region. Now you can identify the corner points and show that this is the you have to identify the corner points. So we can, where you can start anywhere. I am starting here. This is what A. So now you can after that you can erase the remaining lines, etc. Now this is what the feasible region and extreme points I am finding out. This is what we can consider B. I am writing R. So if you come and in this direction, if this is B and this is what C, not a problem, you can go anywhere, any direction, in any direction, right? This is D. A, B, C, D. I have come in this particular, I take the points in this direction. You can come in this direction, you can take it. What is the point is not, A, B, C, D which are not important. Okay. A is which particular point, that is very important. And B is the point, which what are the x1, x2 values, which are important. Right? So, A and B, C and D. So, A, B, C, D is the common region, a feasible region for all the satisfying all the constraints. So therefore, we have obtained feasible region. So now we have obtained the corner points as well after determining the feasible region. Obviously, it is obtained. If the common region, once common region is obtained or feasible region is obtained, obviously the corner points have discovered, which are determined. Now we see, I am writing first of all, the A, B, C, D is feasible region. This is what the first point we have to make. So clear. You have to make it clear the feasible region A, B, C, D. Now obviously corner points are A, B, C, D. So extreme points are A, B, C, D. Now you have to find out the values of A, B, C, D. That is our first target. Now first A is going to be determined by, you see, this is not a point on x-axis and y-axis. It is a point intersecting two particular lines, 1 and 2. It is intersecting two particular lines. A is going to be obtained by solving equations 1 and 2. That's what my first particular argument. So A is going to be determined by solving two equations 1 and 2. We can obtain as 6 and 12. This is what A. Solve equations 1 and 2. This is what you have to do. What you have to do is, you take in the notebook, you take equation 1 and 2 and solve two equations 1 and 2, and then you will have x1 is equal to 6, x2 is equal to 12. That is what the required point I have taken there. So this is what 6 and 12. Okay, and come over B directly we can obtain. This is 40, 0. So B is equal to 40, 0. Okay, no need to solve any other point. C and then C is equivalent to B. C is also directly it can be obtained. C is 15, 0. I am remaining all the values here. Okay, C is equal to 15, 0. C is 15, 0. And one more is D. What is D? D is again another particular point which is required to calculate. So D is intersecting equation 2 and equation 3. This is equation 3. This is equation 2. Solve 2 and 3 equations. This is going to be obtained by equations 2, equation 3. If you solve these two equations 2 and 3, you will get D. So what is the value of D? It is 4, 18. This is the value of D. It is 4, 18. This is what obtained. If you draw clearly, if you write after finding the values, if you write in the graph paper, it is very clear. So therefore, after writing all the points in the graph paper, you leave the graph paper and come to the notes again. And then what you have to do is, now you have to calculate all the corner points have been discovered, have been determined. D is going to be solved by equations 2 and 3. Once you have solved all the points A, B, C, D, which are identified by solving the equations, then what you have to do? Then you have to calculate the value of Z. Hope you have understand. This is what you have to do in the graphical procedure. Now it is required to calculate at each and every corner point. It is required to calculate the value of z. So the next important point is value of z. Calculation of z. You have put a heading calculation of z. At each and every particular corner point at A is the point here. You have to write here clearly. A is equal to 6, 12 and z is equivalent to B. 20 into 6 plus 10 into 12. 120, 120, 240. So at B 40, 0. Z is equivalent to B. 20 into 40. 40 plus 0 because second one is 0. So it is 800. At C 15, 0. Z is equivalent to B. 15, 0. Z is equivalent to B. 20 into 15 plus 0. It is 300. At D 4, 18. Z is equivalent to B. 20 into 4 plus 10 into 18. So 180 plus 120. 300. Right? It is 300. So which are all in terms of rupees. So these are the values of z at each and every particular corner point. After finding the corner points, extreme points, you have to calculate at each and every corner point the value of z. So we have calculated the value of z at each and every particular corner point. Now in the maximum problem, maximization problem, we have selected the maximum value amongst all these values. Among these values, that is among 240, 800, 300, 300. Now this is a minimization problem. Minimize z is equal to. So therefore, it is required to consider, it is required to take one such minimum value among the values of z. So these are all basic feasible solutions. You have to get the optimum basic feasible solution. Remember, this is what the comparison. 240, 800, 300, 300 at x1, x2 values, which are all basic feasible solutions. This is one basic feasible solution, 6, 12, 40, 0, 50, 4, 18, which are all basic feasible solutions. Now, in which you have to select one such solution which gives the minimum value in this problem, that is called optimum basic feasible solution. Now, among these, the minimum value is 240. So at A is equal to 16, 6, 12, that is x1 is equal to 6, x2 is equal to 12. That is the entire, this is basic feasible solution, and optimize, it optimizes, that is therefore it is optimum basic feasible solution. So I am writing now the final solution, that is called optimum basic feasible solution. What is the optimum basic feasible solution? Therefore optimum basic feasible solution of the given linear programming problem is minimize z is equal to rupees 240 at the point A, which means x1 is equal to 6 and x2 is equivalent to be 12. This is what our solution, optimum basic feasible solution. Actually, optimum basic feasible solution is x1 is equal to 6, x2 is equal to 12, which gives the value, the minimized z is equal to 240. So the entire thing, including minimization value, otherwise there is no meaning of optimization. So this is what optimum basic feasible solution to the given linear programming problem, right? So this is what one such problem in the minimization case of the graphical solution, graphical method. Thank you.